your father?" The child replied, "The shepherd." After hearing this, the people said, "We shall rebuild your hermitage of gold." But he said, "No, of nothing but mud." The third was the hero of the following story. A lady from Bani Israel was nursing her child at her breast. When a handsome rider passed by her, she said, "O Allah, make my child like him." On that the child left her breast and facing the rider said, "O Allah, do not make me like him." The child then started to suck her breast again. Abu Huraira further said, "As if I were now looking at the Prophet sucking his finger, in way of demonstration." After a while the people passed by with a lady slave and she, that is the child's mother, said, "O Allah, do not make my child like this, slave girl." On that the child left her breast and said, "O Allah, make me like her." When she asked why, the child replied, "The rider is one of the tyrants, while this slave girl is falsely accused of theft and illegal sexual intercourse." Volume 4, Book 55, number 646, narrated by Hisham from Mamar as below. Volume 4, Book 55, number 647, narrated by Abu Huraira. The Prophet said, "I met Moses on the night of my ascension to heaven." The Prophet then described him saying, as I think, he was a tall person with lank hair as if he belonged to the people of the tribe of Shanus. The Prophet further said, "I met Jesus." The Prophet described him saying, he was one of moderate height and was red-faced as if he had just come out of a bathroom. I saw Abraham, whom I resembled more than any of his children did. The Prophet further said, "That night, I was given 2 cups, one full of milk and the other full of wine. I was asked to take either of them which I liked, and I took the milk and drank it. On that it was said to me, 'You have taken the right path, religion. If you had taken the wine, your Muslim nation would have gone astray.'" Volume 4, Book 55, number 648, narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, "I saw Moses, Jesus and Abraham, on the night of my ascension to the heavens. Jesus was of red complexion, curly hair and a broad chest. Moses was of brown complexion, straight hair and tall stature as if he was from the people of Az-Zut." Volume 4, Book 55, number 649, narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet mentioned the Messiah Ad-Dajjal in front of the people saying, "Allah is not one-eyed while Messiah Ad-Dajjal is blind in the right eye, and his eye looks like a bulging out grape." While sleeping near the Kaaba last night, I saw in my dream a man of brown color, the best one can see amongst brown color, and his hair was long that it fell between his shoulders. His hair was lank, and water was dribbling from his head, and he was placing his hands on the shoulders of 2 men while circumambulating the Kaaba. I asked, "Who is this?" They replied, "This is Jesus, son of Mary." Behind him I saw a man who had very curly hair and was blind in the right eye, resembling Ibn Qatan, that is an infidel, in appearance. He was placing his hands on the shoulders of a person while performing tawaf around the Kaaba. I asked, "Who is this?" They replied, "The Masih ad-Dajjal." Volume 4, Book 55, number 650, narrated by Salim from his father. "No, by Allah, the Prophet did not tell that Jesus was of red complexion but said, 'While I was asleep circumambulating the Kaaba, in my dream, suddenly I saw a man of brown complexion and lank hair walking between 2 men, and water was dropping from his head.' I asked, 'Who is this?' The people said, 'He is the son of Mary.' Then I looked behind and I saw a red-complexioned, fat, curly-haired man, blind in the right eye which looked like a bulging-out grape. I asked, 'Who is this?' They replied, 'He is Ad-Dajjal.' The one who resembled to him among the people was Ibn Qatar. Az-Zuri said, he, that is Ibn Qatan, was a man from the tribe Khuza'ah who died in the pre-Islamic period. Volume 4, Book 55, number 651, narrated by Abu Huraira. I heard Allah's apostle saying, "I am the nearest of all the people to the son of Mary, and all the prophets are paternal brothers, and there has been no prophet between me and him, that is Jesus." Volume 4, Book 55, number 652, narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's apostle said, "Both in this world and in the hereafter I am the nearest of all the people to Jesus, the son of Mary. The prophets are paternal brothers, their mothers are different, but their religion is one." Volume 4, Book 55, number 653, narrated by Abu Huraira. The Prophet said Jesus, seeing a man stealing, asked him, "Did you steal?" He said, "No, by Allah, except whom there is none who has the right to be worshipped." Jesus said, "I believe in Allah and suspect my eyes." Volume 4, Book 55, number 654, narrated by Umar. I heard the Prophet saying, "Do not exaggerate in praising me as the Christians praise the Son of Mary, for I am only a slave, so call me the slave of Allah and his apostle." Volume 4, Book 55, number 655, narrated by Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. Allah's apostle said, "If a person teaches his slave girl good manners properly, educates her properly, and then manumits and marries her, he will get a double reward. And if a man believes in Jesus and then believes in me, he will get a double reward. And if a slave fears his Lord, that is Allah, and obeys his masters, he too will get a double reward." Volume 4, Book 55, number 656, narrated by Ibn Abbas. Allah's apostle said, "You will be resurrected and assembled, barefooted, naked, and uncircumcised." The Prophet then recited the divine verse. "As we began the first creation, we shall repeat it, a promise we have undertaken. Truly we shall do it." 21.104. He added, "The first to be dressed will be Abraham. Then some of my companions will take to the right and to the left. I will say, 'My companions.' It will be said, 'They had been renegades since you left them.' I will then say what the pious slave Jesus, the son of Mary, said, 'And I was a witness over them while I dwelt amongst them. When you did take me up, you were the watcher over them, and you are a witness to all things. If you punish them, they are your slaves, and if you forgive them, you, only you, are the Almighty, the All-Wise." 5.117-118, narrated Quaggas. Those were the apostates who renegade from Islam during the caliphate of Abu Bakr who fought them. Volume 4, Book 55, number 657, narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's apostle said, "By him in whose hands my soul is, surely Jesus, the son of Mary, will soon descend amongst you and will judge mankind justly as a just ruler. He will break the cross and kill the pigs, and there will be no jizya, that is taxation taken from non-Muslims. Money will be in abundance so that nobody will accept it, and a single prostration to Allah in prayer will be better than the whole world and whatever is in it." Abu Huraira added, "If you wish you can recite this verse of the Holy Book. And there is none of the people of the Scriptures, Jews and Christians, but must believe in him, i.e. Jesus as an apostle of Allah and a human being before his death, and on the day of judgment he will be a witness against them." 4.159, see Fateh al-Bari, page 302, vol 7, volume 4, book 55, number 658, narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's apostle said, "How will you be when the son of Mary, that is Jesus, descends amongst you, and he will judge people by the law of the Quran, and not by the law of gospel?" Fateh al-Bari, page 304 and 305, vol 7. Stay tuned for more inspiring tales in our next episode.